Our pedagogy will be interactive, not so much of lecturing like we are used to in our classrooms, particularly in India or when you have large class sizes. So over here, the name of the game has been to make it as interactive as possible. They are encouraged to come up with their own insights, their own presentations. And even if the class size is large, Badri, the evaluation part aside, what we have learned is that dividing them into groups is working.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because in a group, they bring different values. Somebody is good at IT, somebody is good at language, somebody is good at design, but they talk collectively offline when we are not with them. They make their presentations, they create their own answers, they create their insights, then they come and present. And the other groups, not out of any sense of competition. So there is no competition between the groups in that sense. The other groups are, I have found, are becoming more and more curious about these things.
So interestingly, this way of learning also actually mirrors what you do when you start working in a corporate setting. You are working in a project team. You are part of the team. You are not an individual contributor. Other than if you are a scientist at let's say TIFR or so that's a different thing. But normally when you get into a corporate life, right, you are made part of a large team and every team member has some role and responsibility, right? And in the initial stages of the project, right, the team is working together in terms of coming up with different alternatives to solve a problem, discuss amongst themselves those alternatives, the pros and cons, and given the situation and the resources you have, you tend to select one alternative and build a consensus around that alternative, that in this situation this is the best design. That the online learning which is now happening pretty much is mirroring what actually they are going to be doing in a corporate setting. And that was something which used to be a challenge when we used to induct fresh grads into a corporate setting, because they used to still come with a mindset that we have to prove that we are the best, right? In terms of the ranking system, I am the topper or whatever, and forget about that. The team wins, right? Even if you as an individual are very bright and you do your job, but you are not able to work in that team, right? You are a misfit. So I think very, very good. Uh,
I know Indian students in particular are so much in this culture of studying for an exam and taking an exam, and
yes.
they're all
Yeah.
individual,
Yeah.
individual, individual.
Individual.
Mera JEE mein rank kya hai,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So to promote group work with them is absolutely the way to go. But I do want to sort of go back to one other thing that Vinod had said, and I think it might address one of Aditya's questions about us getting involved with your faculty. I don't run the MOOC program at IMB. It's a separate office now. And what they've been doing fairly successfully for the last couple of years is sort of like a hybrid model where they have a package of courses in finance or accounting or some other discipline. And they sell this package of courses to a university or a college somewhere. And so those videos and the online stuff is displayed. There is also a local on-campus teacher who's partly a facilitator who will have some classes. So some of the classes are online, some of them are taught by a human person in front of them, where the group work, the interaction, the case studies kinds of works. So some kind of hybrid model, I think, is the only sustainable thing for this format of education to go forward over the next decade or two.